Alright guys, I was just working on my old pickup and I've showed you guys how to do this. I had my own truck, kept on drawing this battery right here is brand new. It's a 2020 actually. I just put it in not that long ago, and I don't drive this truck all the time, and I'll drive it, say, oh, maybe it just was sitting, something left on, or my kids were in there, left something on, and they kept on doing it. So it's like, and it would charge it in the next couple of days, it'd be dead. So I put it, as you can see, I showed you, what was that, parasitic draw. There's a draw on the battery when it sits, with no lights on it. And so I'll show you. Get a meter that has 10 amps, all right? And they're all fused. You can see right there, it says it's a 10 amp fuse, and then they're all fused. They have one that's a 10 amp fuse and one that's 20 milliamps. So you gotta be careful so you don't pop them. You gotta set them in the right spots. So you got, this one's a DC. So I got it in DC, and that's milliamps right there. Depends on what you want to check. You're just gonna use this one if you're gonna be testing what I'm testing. Hope you can hear me all right. As you can see, you gotta put your leads in the right connection. So you got one in the common with, let's see what it says. Let's see, you got the common. When you're doing regular voltage and everything, you gotta put it in this one. You can see it's ohms. Milliamps would be in this one. See, it says milliamps. So you gotta put it in that one. And then volts. And then, see, this one tells you just the 10 amp. Yeah, 10 amps. So we're gonna put that in there. And I was like, man, this thing has a draw. So I thought it's like, oh, it's good to put this on video. And my leads are kind of long because I like to bring it up to the front to the car just so I could see if I could wiggle something. So you just remember this: whatever leads the battery returns to the battery. So you go on to the negative side, which I disconnected. Hope you guys can kind of see this kind of, yeah, it looks like a spaghetti mess. And it's not really that big of a deal. It's pretty easy actually. Go here, see? One in goes with the red lead. You follow this down. The white is going to the negative cable, right? And then the black lead right here is going back to the negative of the battery post. So basically, you're using your meter as basically a jumper wire, a big jumper wire. So the current of the amp goes to this meter and just tells you what's leaving, and no, it tells you what's returning back to the battery, which should be 0. This is like, it's like almost 1/4 of an amp. That's quite a bit. That's like, I don't know how it, like, maybe a little tiny dome light, like a tiny bulb on, a little tiny one, maybe something plugged in, like, but this one, it's not a huge draw, but this will draw it in a couple days. If it'll drain your battery dead to where it goes click, 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 especially if it's cold. So what I do is I make sure I have long leads. Just make sure you don't touch the batteries. And so I pull it over here so I can see it when I pull it over here, so when I see it, I can just put it right there. There we go, that's better. So I can look out the window and kind of see, or wiggle it. All right. So what you do, you can see it's right there. See, you go down to the fuse panel, and I started moving these out, and I went to, this one was the dome lights, which I took out, and we go look on top. As you can see, it's 0. So in that circuit, there's a draw, which I couldn't find no lights or anything on. I was looking at switches, dome, and What was I outside looking? Well, I was so I kept on looking around. There's a lot of been doing this. It depends on how long you drive and how long you let it sit, but I was fishing it under here, and this little thing was hot, very hot. I was like, whoa, that shit's hot. So if it's hot, it's drawing something because it's generating heat. So I pulled it out, which I have no idea what this thing is. There's no part number on it, so that's not gonna help you. You would have to find out what circuit that is. But I went and stopped drawing. There's no more draw. So I gotta figure out what this is. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. But I could look at the wiring diagram and see if so you would go into that circuit where that fuse is. So it was what was it? Instrument, lights, and domes. So whatever that relates to, you would have to find out what this is, and then maybe something that's on. You just have to go back and see. And then you don't know when you have older vehicles, you don't know what else people have spliced into circuits. I've had this truck for a while. Never had a problem, but you never know what's in here, what somebody's done over there's in this mess. You could have put something in a circuit that you don't know. It could be drawn, but this is drawing. I'm gonna see if it starts and runs without this and see function everything and make sure everything works. I have no idea. The dome might still come on, so I know it's something to do with the instrument cluster. I don't know. I don't know if it's an alternator. I have no idea. So I was just giving you guys a little lesson. I've done these. I showed you another video how it works, but this was actually a problem. So I'm gonna hook it up and start it up and see if everything works and find out what this circuit is. But that's how you troubleshoot draws in any cars or trucks or tractors. Same concept. You're just going through each circuit, unplugging fuses, and then you can eliminate your problem, which I just stumbled upon this because it was so hot when I was underneath there. But I knew it was in the dome light circuit. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and if you ever know what this is, let me know in the comments. All right, bye guys, thanks for watching. Bye.